sword is, I come to a retracted guard. Now it looks like my tip's in the same spot, but I'm actually a lot closer. This allows me to seem a lot faster than I actually am.
We also have our sword move before our body, so it looks like we're a lot faster than we are because you have less time to react when we do it.
So now you know our dark secrets. We're not actually fast. We're just dirty cheats who use good sword technique and distance management. Cheating!
Axe. Wow, 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 wow.
Let me move the TV just a little bit.
Okay. So I've been doing a lot of work the past 3 days on this game in particular. I have 5,600. I've been going up fast in just this short period of time. I have already completely used up pretty much all of the stuff from here with the current events. The only exception is the last bit of Cosmicon roll-on, which sucks because the last fight with Silver Wolf is rigged as hell, and I don't want to do it. And I did a lot in DUAC. As you can see, I only have 810 left from this, which is mostly just the last little bit of stuff. Most of it from the actual levels themselves. I've gotten most of everything else. Pretty much the last stuff I need to get that are in here. Yeah, that also resets today, so I get an extra. How many is this total again? 225. So I could do this, but I'm probably going to do Currency Wars actually. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff in here. But other than that, I've gone and I did all the Moonlit Tales, and I grabbed all the things in here. But these aren't that hard to grab. But most of what's left is going to be in here. There's 120 here. Oh, actually, there's only 240 left in here, which is still over a quarter. But you know, yeah. Most of what's, or a good portion of what's left is in here. Other than that, it's mostly the galleries of possibilities that I need to go through. I already have blessings, curios, and equations all done. The only thing I'm missing is I'm missing 40 out of the... Yeah, I'm missing 60 Grand Miracles. And... 38. Yeah, 38 of these occurrences. So, yeah, that's all I have left in here, really. There's also the small amount in computational ray, Must Trickster. I can get another 50 for doing a round with the Cringe Mask, which I haven't done yet. And other than that, it's Conundrum, which those take a while. Because Conundrum is a bit more difficult because you have to get through all the levels. Plus, getting to the max level, bro, that stuff is hard. That is probably the hardest thing in the game. But I would argue that finishing all of the Conundrum stuff is the hardest thing to do in this game in terms of raw difficulty. Specifically, it's doing the Torturous difficulty, Astronomical Division, which is getting to the max level, because it rapidly increases in power. Yeah, it very quickly gets a bit strong, to the point where even if you have like some of the most strongest characters, like I have a friend on here that has a 6,000 defensive Venturine, and it's not nearly enough defense to it's not nearly enough shield to actually protect your characters in that game mode. You can just one wrong mistake and you just die in the higher levels. But yeah, on top of doing all of that, I also did, of course, I did Cosmic Roll-On for the most part. I did I haven't finished Express Renovation, but you don't get all that much from this. Plus, it's permanent, so I don't have to worry about it at the moment. I did all the Nova Flares. Oh yeah, the new Memory of Chaos is here, so I will probably do that. Then yeah, the Adaptitude Showcase and Cosmic Data Roaming, which is really interesting game mode because if you go in, like look at those off-end rolls. Yeah. Yeah, this is not a super big thing to worry about. Oop, what just happened? Oh, next level. Most of what you gotta do in here is mostly just going through stuff like raids. Oh, I'm fourth? Really? How am I fourth? There's no shot I am fourth place on here. Got assist rewards. Oh, so that's what's good for those. But like, mostly working on just getting characters maxed out. Uh, I am faster max having it. Yeah, there's not much to do other than the main stuff, because once you do all that, you get all the rewards. So, oh, a privilege, I suppose. I'll probably come back here and like just sit on this mode for a while, just so I can get them to max level. Just because. On top of that, I also did. Well, I mostly just did the Divergent Universe. That's most of the work. I did all three of the game modes. I think that's most of where I've gotten my stuff from. I think. Uh, yeah, I've still got a bunch of stuff to do up here. Next things I'm going to do, though, is I'm definitely going to focus on getting a lot of the... I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do directly next. I definitely got to do Currency Wars. I got to finish through all that. It's a lot of stuff I got to do. Okay, let's finish. But I am going to have to do the main story. That is something I'm going to do. What have I been farming? Alright, I was going to farm the most recent Quantum and Electro, and Lightning bosses. I don't remember who those were, though. Those being Shape of Soundburst and Shape of Gelid Moon. So we're probably going to go here. Because I care more about Rin. Yeah. Go to the Murmuring Woods. Oh, I can always forget Planet Guardian's also there. Murmuring Woods. Should be this one. Yeah, Shape of Gelid Moon. You stupid horse. If I want to do the main story, I'm going to focus on exploration. The story I'm not going to record because I just want to skip through it. Oh, apparently I'm still in auto. I suppose that's more or less the order I'd be doing it in.
This mortal watch over you, guide you on your path.
Yeah, exploration I feel like is just going to give me a large amount of my stuff. There could be some others gained from other things, but we'll have to see.
Doubt farewell. Enemy is before me.
Story will give mostly just like the basic like 60 per like section.
This watch over you, guide you on your path. Doubt farewell. Enemy is before me.
It's coming. I realize when. Let me
Harder for me to speak while I'm doing this stuff.
Doubt farewell. This watch over you, guide you on your path.
Oh well. Anyways, other than that, it's going to be mostly just working on passive stuff. And so the small amounts gained from very specific things. But overall, I should get a bunch from that. What do you... Oh, right, I forgot I can get the new stuff. Gimme. Thank you. Yeah, I don't actually know how long it's going to take for the stuff to come out. I have no idea when that comes out. They probably said it, but I wasn't watching the thing. I just randomly came across a random short, I came across the like thing of Gilgamesh, and I was like, "What? Huh?" But what's more crazy is we get them for free. Or if you don't have Archer, you can choose him. Yeah, I'm definitely going for Rin for sure. I might go for Gil's light cone, whatever it is, like I did with Saber and Archer, where I got both of their light cones. But if they do the same system where you get the light cone for free after a certain amount of pulls, and then I won't have to do that, which will be nice. Other than this light cone, I have 3 other options for light cone. Just in terms of 5-star light cones, this one's a really good generalist one. If he has anything to do with HP, this will work. Anything to do with the break, this will work. So it pretty much I have light cones that cover all of Destruction's bases, so I should actually have at least something that'll work on Gil when I want to use him. However, if I don't, I can try and go for the light cone. But I'm definitely going to go for Rin and her light cone, for absolute certain, because I've always liked Rin's design, and this current new design is absolutely incredible. I love it. I am also expecting, because it's Quantum, I'm expecting her to work well with Archer. And the main reason I expect that is because one, it's Rin and Archer. It would make sense if they worked well together. And two, Quantum is the single most like consistently working with each other element in the entire game. I literally went through and looked through all the elements recently and found, wow, most of the elements don't really care much for each other. This is not a good thing to look for. But like, see if I go in here. This lets me sort elements. Like, physical doesn't really have all that many like super big working with each other characters. Fire is like the only one that's close to it. Mostly just in terms of Firefly Team, so. Ice just doesn't. Lightning doesn't really. Like, a lot of these will have, like, characters that work really well with specific other characters, and then they just won't be put together. This, Wind has a lot of, like, two characters working together things. There's a lot of pairs of characters that work well together, but not, like, super large numbers. Imaginary is the worst one of all of them. There are, like, no characters in here that actually work super well with any other character. It's kind of funny. Like, I don't know if people have noticed this. Sunday, an imaginary character, is in the only element group that doesn't have a summon. Every other group has a summon. Physical has Dan Hong, who turns an everyone into a summon. Fire has Lingsha. Ice has Evernight, Cyrene. Lightning has Jingyuan and Glaya. Wind has Hyacinth. Quantum has Castoris. Like every element has at least one character with a summon, except Imaginary. Yeah, Quantum has like the highest number of viable teams in its own element. And it's kind of insane. Because you've got multiple choices of DPS in Qingchua, Jue, Archer, Sela, Castoris, even Cypher. Then you have choices in sub DPS, which also includes Cypher, Tribi, Jade, Shui again. You have choices in buffers and debuffers. Once again, you also have Cypher. You also have Tribi, Sparkle. Words are not coming to me. Silver Wolf, and then you have like heal. You have two sustain units in Lynx and Fujuan. This element has so many characters that work so well together. Not to mention, this element alone has two characters who love to eat up skill points in both Qingchua and Archer. And this element also contains Sparkle, the single best character. She literally makes your team, even if you were to put three characters, especially with her current recent buffs, Sparkle could sustain three hyper skill point characters at the same time. If you have a team of Archer, Qingchua, and Donahong and Barbara Lune, she can actually sustain them, and I think that's insane. I'm pretty sure that Rin will work super well with Archer, because Quantum just does that. And just for the sake of making it really interesting, is if they make it, I'm expecting this because I think it would be pretty cool. Having Gil work well with Saber. God damn it, I keep doing that. Gil and Saber, I feel like could end up working well together, but that's much less likely. But yeah, I am really interested. I am expecting her to work super well with him. Okay, I wanted to. What was it I wanted to do? Yeah, I want to count how much I get from the other like tiny stuff from in here, because there are a few in here that I haven't touched at all that I could easily get some stuff from. Let's see. Phone. Side count the shit, man. 10, 380, 260. Obviously, I'd be getting a lot more if I did these when they first came up, but it's whatever. Yeah, it's 1550, so nearly a full 10 pull from just doing these extra little ones. That's kind of insane, actually. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a bunch from that. Other than that, I'm getting six. I could do. I'm not gonna go for that. I get 2760 from Currency Wars. Finishing up the Fate Holy Grail thingy could get me an extra 110. I could do some for doing Clocky Dreamjoy Memoir, and the another 355 from Everyone Just Museum. There's a bit I could do. You might also notice I'm skipping the Simulated Universe ones. The amounts I haven't gotten from Simulated Universe not only are really small, only 100 in Swarm Disaster, 210 in Golden Gears, and 670 in Unknowable Domain, which is like nearly 1,000 total. Unfortunately, getting the last bit out of that is the same as getting the last bit out of like Divergent Universe, which is to say it takes too much time and is just it's not worth it to do. So just from those alone, I'm probably gonna get I'll probably get like another 4,000 probably in total, just from doing, but probably more, just from doing the remaining event stuff that I just mentioned a bit ago. And then I get another. I'm not sure how many other areas have been added, but if I go and do exploration in those, I'll probably get a bunch more. I don't think I really touched Planet Cardi all that much. No, I only got 16 out of 36 to Dimension City, 13 out of 38 in Graphian Academy, 12 of 20 in Dovebrook District. There's 2 I'm missing in the Phantasm Courtyard, and I am missing 21 in the World's End Tavern. On top of that, I've also got quests I probably got to do. Hey, like look, 130 for doing this. This is a different thing. This is the Dahlia event or version thing, I think. I'm not sure. This is just gives 130 just for that, but like I get 20 for doing some of the clocky stuff. And these are all some of the event stuff. Other than that, I also get I get 10 for this. I get 10 for the Secret Ceremony, Points of Homeland, Our Broken Dromuses, Memories of a Bottle, different stuff for different Amphorius things. Can I give me a bunch? It's just these little random quests that each give like 10, or some cases like this, 40. 10 from this. Yeah, most of these are just credits, which are not super useful, but there's a bunch of that stuff. Stuff on the Fates Atlas probably also needs to get done. Again, the quests themselves are going to give a bunch, as well as exploring the new area. So I'm expecting upwards of 6,000, maybe 7,000 stellar jades just from this, just from a bunch, from the little bit extra stuff left. None of it is even like the temporary stuff. I'm still going to get extra from doing the. I'm going to get extra from doing the. Like endgame modes as they refresh. So that's going to be really cool. And on top of that, there's also every single day that happens. Considering there's no leaked footage of gameplay, I'm going to assume that the beta hasn't come out yet. So which means it's not going to come out next version, which we already know is going to be Himiko Nova. So I'm probably not going to go for it. So we've got at least 42 more days. At least. Actually, plus. So we have at least 48 more days. Combine that with the possibility it might be another version after that. And we probably have. If we're going to go off of when the characters were initially revealed, like fully for Saber, and then the time where the stuff actually came up, it could be in excess of 100 days. If anyone remembered seeing my Saving for Saber and Finon series on the original main channel when I still uploaded these videos on there, if I go over to it and I find that playlist, I could probably find it. I'll probably use it if I go through my playlist manually.
いつでも出陣できます
Split by each. Oh, I just actually can't see it from that side. Sorted by this. Yes, here we go. A second. I actually got today what?
いつでも出陣でき
Okay,
ます
it was day 60. Interesting how long ago that was. That was 10 months ago. This banner's been up for almost a year. And it was revealed over a year ago. Which was when, let's see this. Yeah, May 5th, 2025. When this released. And then I was saving for Finon and Saber for a very long time. Which is funny because I got exactly 100 pulls on day 58 when Finon came out. And then 2 days later I got Saber. Yeah, we've got a... So, based on this, if it's going to be a similar time frame, we got about 60 days. So if we're just counting the amount gained from dailies, that's 3,600. Plus the fact that we're going to have 2 more refreshes of just well, we're gonna have 1.5. We're gonna have halfway. By the time and we're only including the time when the thing actually comes out, and then maybe like a few days of leeway. This will reset only once, and then it'll be halfway through resetting next time. But yeah, we'll get enough from this, which is probably going to be like, it won't be a full 800 because I won't be able to do it fully, but... Oh. That's really good. And we get another couple hundred from this, and then of course another couple hundred from each of the others too, as they reset. Yeah, both of these are going to reset before that banner comes out as well. So we're going to get a bunch from that. On top of the consistent resets of Divergent and Universe and Currency Wars, each which every week give 225. So hold on, let me... Where's my phone? So let's do some quick math for how much we're going to have by the end of all this. 5660 is the amount I have right now. I am going to get roughly, I want to say 4,500 from doing a bunch of the other event stuff we showed before. We're going to get 3,600 from 60 days of resets, or of dailies. We're also going to get roughly, I'm going to say a low ball estimate of lower ball estimate of 600 stellar jades for each of the three things end game modes resetting. So of course that is a total of 1,800 plus 225 resetting every week, which in that time frame will be almost exactly 5 weeks from now. So add that to it. Anything else I forgot to add? Oh yeah, version. Uh, both of those, both the next upcoming version and the version after that, are going to give maintenance rewards. Each time is going to be usually what, like 600. Maintenance is like 300, but there's usually other bug fixes which also give another 300. So I'm just going to say it's two. I'm going to say it's 400 each time, just to lowball it. But yeah, for each of those, so that's 800 total extra. There's going to be other events next version. It won't be as much as we got this version, but it'll still be probably 2 events with high numbers. So I'm going to say 1,000 each on those, and then maybe 2 more events with lower numbers, each of them about 500. So, well, no, the typical events are sit around usually 500 each. I'm going to say there's maybe 4 events after that. Just with this like quick math, which is probably less than it should be, less or more depending on the specific things that change, is 19,485 just in that time frame. We're gonna get a lot. And again, that still doesn't. I forgot to do the napkin math for this stuff. I'm gonna say global estimate for quests up to that point is gonna be 600 total for all of the quests I have to do, plus exploration just for the areas I don't have finished yet on Planicardia. I'm gonna say I get 5 per treasure. Per thing, I get 5. So that is 20 times 5 plus. Nope, more buff. Let's see, I'm missing 25 here. Yeah, this is lowballing it because they will probably get more than that on average. See, 16 here. Two here, and then 21 here. Just from this, not including areas I don't have yet, and areas that will get added in the future, lowballing most of the other stuff, in total I make 20,505. And this is precisely why I always leave stuff around. I leave stuff in the game specifically so that I can do that exact thing. So that when something suddenly shows up and I might have a very limited time in order to get stuff, I go and I just grab all of the pulls that I can. If I truly, truly want something, I will do everything that I can. Rin, just like Saber, is a perfect example of one of those things that I really, really do want. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to get it. Other than that, I usually kind of just like throw pulls here, throw some pulls there. For example, when Silver Wolf level 999 was coming out, I wasn't trying super hard to get her. I really like her. I love her design. I've always loved Silver Wolf's design. And I especially liked this particular design. So I did actually try really hard to get her. But I didn't try like as hard as I could have. I could have easily tried much harder, but even when I didn't, I still got her and her light cone, so that worked out just fine. Similar to Finon, I didn't try super duper ultra hard to get him. I wanted to make sure I saved some for Saber, and I did. It took me about 60 pulls, I think, to get him, and then I quickly got Saber anyways, which is also why I don't have a light cone. Unlike Saber, who I did. Saber I did try really hard to get. I got as many pulls as I could in a really short time frame. Yeah. The only thing that sucks though is that because I'm not trying super hard, I'm not like doing all of the events super often during most of the time. I also just don't get a lot of the temporary event rewards, which is usually most of them, especially for the permanent events. You're only left with a small fraction if you don't do them in time. But the grand scheme of things, it's actually a very small amount comparatively. Is it a good chunk? Yeah. But for like each event that occurs, you're losing like a couple hundred each time. It's like usually like a week or and a half's worth maybe of just dailies. So it's usually not too big of a deal. Which is why you never really see me try too hard to make sure I get events done in time. But yeah. Anyway, that's enough speaking for today. I spent most of this just talking.